Hey guys, Fat Preacher Man here, and let's play some Skyrim. This is all part of the quest, The Man Who Cried Wolf. And right here, I don't use magic often, but when I do, I like to use it to blow up necromancers. Wish I hadn't missed the first shot right there, but it's pretty sweet when this hits. Watch what happens. It's pretty cool. Boom. That's great. Anyway, so this is my first Skyrim gameplay, and like I said, this is a small, minor quest. It's good if you're trying to build up your reputation in Solitude with the Jarl and her people. Otherwise than that, again, it's just a minor quest. And even though it says completed here, and it wants me to go back, I do finish going through the cave. Not just to kill people, which is great. You know, you get to kill all the other necromancers who are trying to summon some dead crazy queen. But you get to look for stuff too, which is part of the fun of Skyrim, is collecting and amassing treasure, using it to make other treasures, to make your own treasures, your own weapons and armor, to make your own, you know, to change the abilities and possibilities of your character. Because you know, Skyrim is a great example of a modern RPG. It's made by Bethesda. They made Fallout, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion. So really the correct name of Skyrim is the Elder Scrolls V and Skyrim. Just like the last Oblivion was really the subtitle. It was really, you know, Elder Scrolls 4. Elder Scrolls 3 was Morrowind. So this is really part 5 in this game series. And you know, Bethesda does a great job. You know, you can always point out problems or misfires with it, but again, I enjoy it. And you can see that I'm using a mace in my right hand, which I crafted myself. It's a dragon bone mace, and it's quite powerful. And my character has, you know, maxed out on one-handed weapons, which is good, which makes it even better. And then I have a couple enchantments on. I have a ring and I have a necklace on that both enhance that again, so that makes that even better. And you know, and again, that's a good thing you can do in this game. It's kind of fun. If you want to be two-handed, if you like to use weapons, if you want to use magic, you get to choose. That's one of the fun parts of RPGs, in my opinion, is you get to decide. You know, unlike a lot of games where action games, which have their place and they're a lot of fun, you know, the choices are much more limited. This really isn't for those of you guys who enjoy sports games or first-person shooters. This is, you know, again, an RPG, a puzzle-type game, more of a mind game. There's the action sequences, like, you know, that's why I started with this place for my first play, because there's a lot of action. But then there's also a lot of thought, you know, points where you're talking or you're bargaining, or, you know, you're preparing or you're searching, you're questing, you're building. So just thought we'd start with this one. And again, this quest is basically finished. I'm just clearing my way through this cave, working my way through here. Then I have to go back to Solitude, to the, basically like the governor of it, what they call the Jarl, J-A-R-L. Her name is Eliseth. Go to her right-hand man, who is the steward, and tell him that I cleared out this cave. And you know, you get rewarded with that either in gold or treasures, stuff like that. And one of the reasons, and if you're playing this, is to do these minor quests, is if you want to buy land, buy property in the city. If you get popular enough with the people, if you help enough people, and you buy property in the city, then you can become what they call the Thane of that city. And the Thane is basically like an honorary title where they make you like a duke, or where the queen knights people nowadays. So it's not super useful, but it's kind of cool. And I think I'm the Thane in 3 cities. One of the other cool aspects, I've gotten the 3 new downloads, the 3 DLCs. It's Hearthfire, Dragonborn, and Dawnguard. And one of them that it added on, I think, was this bone, the ability to make these bone weapons. But then it also added on some other things that you'll see in some of my later gameplay. Might catch a few of them in this one. I don't remember right off the top. But as you see, I have my partner with me, Lydia. And she was actually, when I was granted my Thanehood in Whiterun, she was given to me as a housecarl, which is basically like your right-hand man or woman. They back you up, they watch your house, or if you call it to ask them to, they'll come with you on your quests. And then part of what you can do in Skyrim, and what I did with Lydia is, I married Lydia, so she is my wife in the game also. And what's cool about that is that she is industrious. All of anybody you marry is industrious, and they don't just, you know, they can follow you, or they can protect your house, and they start a business. So like every once in a while, if I check in with her, she has profits from the business for me, and like she will make you a home cooked meal once a day, which is pretty cool, you know, because even if you don't want it, you can sell it or you can give it away to your children, because that was in one of the add-ons. You can adopt children, and yes, I did. I adopted 2, but before you can do that, you actually have to have children's rooms in whichever place you're living or going to be living. You go to the orphanage in Riften, and she actually questions you. You know, what do you do for a living? Where are you going to live? Do you have a children's room? And if you don't meet the criteria, you can't adopt. You have to come back once you meet the criteria. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I adopted a boy and a girl, Samuel and Runa, which is pretty funny because I killed the old headmistress of the orphanage, and for one of the other quest lines, the one to join the Dark Brotherhood. Some of the other things that you get added on. Now getting ready to fast travel back to Solitude so I can talk to that dude that I was talking about. And he's at the Blue Palace, which is their court. But anyway, one of the other things that gets added on that I've noticed so far is the ability to buy land, and that's from Hearthfire. You can buy land and actually build your own house, which is kind of cool, as opposed to just having whatever house they give you. So this is him.
Good. Potema herself. Please tell me you stopped them. You've done a larger service to the realm than you could possibly know. A resurrected Potema. I shudder at the thought.
So you completed the man who cried wolf. Gave me some gold. Thanks a lot.
Gods watch over your battles, friend. She still mourns greatly for her husband, High King Torrig. So she leaves many of the courtly details to me.
It's so good to
That's
see
the
you
court.
again.
Magician, illusionist, magic user, whatever you want to call them. They're usually good for buying stuff from. And
What's right with people looking to spill your blood?
so
It's a fine
here's
day
LSF.
with you around. There's something personal I was hoping you would do for me. Falk told me what you did for us at Wolfskull Cave. He says you're someone we can trust. As you may know, Talos worship is outlawed in the Empire. When we buried my husband, I made offerings to all the gods, except Talos. I would like you to take an item of his, a war horn handed down from his father, and place it at a shrine of Talos. No, but my husband, Torrig, would want a proper burial, and this is the way Nords are buried in Skyrim. Thank you. It would mean a lot to me.
So now I'm going to do this quest for her, and I think that's one of the things that's pretty interesting and funny. I don't know if other people caught it or if they see it the way I see it. But part of the game is the backdrop, the backstory surrounding the whole game is that outlaw of the worship of Talos. And Talos is a god man, and that's one of the reasons the elves don't want you worshiping him, because he was a Nord, he was a man who became god, and so they outlawed that. And that has caused a division, a rift in Skyrim. That's one of the main points that is used to drive home why the Nords are fighting to drive the elves out of their land, is because they won't let them worship as they see fit. And I think that's interesting in a modern game to have that. Not only the idea of being able to worship who you want and worship as you please, but even that he's a god man, it kind of, I don't know, rings of Christianity to me. That you have those who don't want Christians to worship, don't believe in Christian worship, don't believe in the God-man, and who wish to do away with them. Here's one of the add-ons also, an improved dragon. It's pretty easy work now, though. Mace rocks, and Lydia helps, of course. And I always really equip my companions, my followers. I do my best to make sure they're equipped with great weapons and great armor, so they don't die along the way, which kind of sucks. Which is why I don't like having dogs or horses with you, because they are way, way too weak. But you can pretty much toughen up your followers to make sure they can handle anything. But anyway, back to the Talos worship. So, you know, there's a lot of story arcs that deal with that. People, you know, one guy, they want you to go in and break into his house and find out if he's worshiping Talos. There's this part with Talos. You go into one of the cities and they have this shrine to all the gods, and the one for Talos is empty. So I think that's pretty funny, and it reminds me of even in the Bible and the book of Acts, when Paul is walking through the city and he finds the empty altar, and he uses that as a teaching and preaching point to speak to people about the invisible, unknown God. And even right here, if you look at this statue of Talos, and you see he has the sword and the armor on, and he's standing on a serpent, which, you know, is pretty funny to me, because the Bible says that, you know, he will attack your heel, he will bruise your heel, but you shall crush his head, and he shall put Satan underneath your feet. And Satan is referred to as the serpent or the dragon. And of course, Jesus had the sword come out of his mouth. And we talk about the armor. So all these little things that I can see that as a Christian, I find it's interesting in the game. But anyway, back to the game itself. You know, there's the horn that she wanted me to put down, so I completed that quest for her. And again, that's another thing that helps build up my reputation with those people. And again, when you want to buy the land for those other places, there's 3 places. You can do it in Falconwreath, Markarth, and I can't remember the other one on the top of my head, but there's 3 different places where you can buy land and build houses. And then the houses are pretty cool. I mean, they're kind of modular in design. You only have so many choices. But just the fact that you get to choose, and then you get to choose what goes into the house. And then, you know, it kind of makes you have 3 or 4 homes. So, that's pretty neat.
It's a fine day with you around. Falk said I could count on you. You have more than earned the right to purchase property and take the next step to becoming a Thane. Speak to Falk when you have the funds. And thank you. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my... You help my people and purchase a house from my steward, and I'll make you my Thane. Good luck to you.
And then when you get a house, either here or one that you've built yourself, you can store stuff in it, you know, sleep in your bed and get a bonus.
Watch over your battles, friend.
Except I can't, because I'm partial werewolf, and so that prohibits the sleeping bonus.
Splendid. There's a house available right now. Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home.
Now this one here, again, is a house that's pre-made. It's not one you can build, but you can improve it. You can pay him, and he will decorate it for you, upgrade stuff for you.
Anyone with a stout heart like yours.
If you have business, please, then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Hafengar. Congratulations. I grant you a personal housecarl to watch over your home, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now.
So again, that's pretty cool, becoming the Thane. It does help you a little bit with the guards. You still can't run around being super crazy, but it does give you a little leeway. So now I'm just going to go check out the house real quick. And that was it for this one. I'm going to put up some more later with some different quests and some different things from the different add-ons. Don't know if you've ever played it, but this is one of my favorite games. Hope you enjoyed it. Jesus bless you, and good gaming.